A couple of months ago, I got a photo printer. It's actually right over here. I'll show you. There we go. It's in a part of the room that you never see. All right, let's put it back, lock it in. There we go. And I got this printer because I started to realize that should anything ever go wrong in the world or with society or with this famous fruit company who stores all of my photos on their cloud server, should anything like that ever happen, I'm basically going to lose everything. And no, I won't lose like my raw files and the things I have stored with a different cloud service, but I would lose the tens of thousands of photos that I have stored on a cloud service. In fact, let me just pull it up and see how many I've actually got. Okay, 70,929 photos. And yes, that is a lot. If you've got more, drop a comment below and tell me how many you have. Make me feel better about myself. And most of those photos probably aren't that important, but I've got 2 kids and their entire life has been captured digitally. And as I mentioned, if anything ever happened to a cloud service, they're gone. You can make a case that everything should be backed up in multiple places, but I don't have the capacity to download 80,000 photos from the cloud of just like random stuff over 20 plus years of digital photography. So for that reason, I bought this Canon printer. And before you start lecturing me about all the different ways I can back things up, know that my raw files in my Lightroom library are backed up in 3 different places and they are good to go. But I'm talking about the general everyday snaps that you might make with your phone. Because that's how most of my kids' lives have been captured, as these little moments here and there. So for all of these reasons, I bought a Canon Pro 300. Now, I have never owned a photo printer. I have never done any photo printing. I did a lot of research on the front end about the cost of printing at home versus having a third party print your photos. And it just seemed like it made more sense if I'm going to do a lot of printing to get my own printer. And I gotta be straight up with you, like the quality is pretty freaking amazing. I came into this very skeptical because I've never really had good photo printing experiences using even like consumer printers. I always have found that the prints don't look very good and the colors get all messed up. This printer back here looks exactly like it does in Lightroom, and that honestly has been such a cool thing to experience. And before we get too far in this video, if this is your first time here, my name's Dave. I'm a photographer and videographer from the Bay Area of California. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I post 2 videos a week unless something goes horribly wrong. The timing of buying this printer could not have been better for our family because I spent a lot of time on the front end doing the research. I bought the printer, I got it here, I set it up, and then our family cat, Crunchy, of my kids' entire lives, and for many years before that with my wife and I, he suddenly passed away. He had gotten sick a year ago and I had encountered a massive vet bill to try to save his life. And because of the community around Very Good Presets, I was actually able to do what was necessary to save him. And then it's been a year. He had a different issue come up, and that issue unfortunately took his life. Now, my kids have never known life without our cat, Crunchy. And we're all still adjusting even though it's been a couple of months now. We found out about 48 hours before he passed that he was going to pass away, and we did a family photo shoot with him. We went out and took some photos. We had our friend take photos of us and got just good memories and some great pictures as a family with him. Then we came home and I snapped a few more in the living room with him, and a couple of days later he was gone and the whole family was devastated, and especially the kids. One of the greatest things that helped, especially with the kids, was printing some photos of them with their cat Crunchy. And when they went to bed the night that Crunchy passed away, they had put photos on their walls right by their bed, and they could just look at them. And that is the power of a print. In their grief, their physical, tangible photos have really helped them process what's happened and have something that brings them joy they can tangibly hold in their hands. And I've been printing out other photos for them from that day. I'm getting ready to call them in here and give them a couple of new prints for them, because these prints, these little pieces of paper with photos on them, mean a lot to them. I'm gonna call them in here real quick. Hey kids! Hey, I printed you guys some new photos with Crunchy. Okay, here's one for you, and here's one for you. What do you guys think?
I love it.
You love it? What do you love about it?
I love that Crunchy's son. I really miss him.
I really miss him too.
I kissed it.
You kissed it? Do you guys want to go put those in your room?
Yeah.
All right, go put them on your wall or put them somewhere by your bed, okay? I printed one out for myself too. So for the next couple of probably years, I'm going to be archiving family photos just from my library, from my wife's library, and we're going to be basically capturing the kids' childhood and putting them into actual printed photo books, just like I had growing up as a millennial. And if having a photo printer is only that, then it's worth it, worth every bit of it. But I also plan to print some stuff that I liked, stuff that I'm proud of, and photos that I want to keep for myself or frame for myself, or perhaps even open up a print shop. Who knows what the future holds with that, but I am very, very stoked to be able to get this Canon Pro 300. And I just want to encourage you, if you have a way that you can print photos, print your photos. You don't have to be all doom and gloom like I am, kind of concerned about like, will I lose my whole kids' lives if a server goes down? But there's definitely power and value in the printed photo. And that's really all I've got for today. I just want to encourage you to print your photos, and you don't have to buy a printer to do that. You can literally print them on anything. There's cheap little printers, there's expensive printers like this one, there's more expensive printers than this one. There's also services that you can use to print your photos, but the ability to do what I just did for the kids, especially the day that Crunchy passed away, that was really powerful. If you want to learn more about the Canon Pro 300, I've got a link below that you can get information on, and maybe this is a good printer for you as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.